Hi, I am Shimisa Nico and I will be discussing about stress and stressors. So let's begin. So what is stress? So there are different kinds of stress, but let me start with what is called the good stress, which is EU stress. EU stress is a type of stress that is good for us because it challenges us. It makes us feel excited. For example, going to your first date, riding on a roller coaster, watching scary movies, having a baby, doing fun challenges for the first time. Good stress can be beneficial to you for it can help you with motivation, focuses energy, and improves your performance. So this kind of stress is something that we can handle and it is generally short term. So let us go to the next kind of stress, which is a bad kind of stress, and it is called acute stress, which is also known as short term stress. So acute stress is something you suffer from but typically goes away fairly quickly. Having an acute stress makes you feel butterflies in your stomach and makes your palms sweaty. For example, having an interview, oral recitation, speaking in front of many people, or having a defense. What we have to avoid is allowing acute stress to be prolonged because it can lead to chronic stress, and having chronic stress is harmful because it can affect our body and mind. So our physical and mental health could be threatened. And having a chronic stress gives you pain, makes you weak, you won't be able to sleep properly, your feeling is always heavy, and you can't concentrate. So these are the kinds of stress. So I will be discussing three categories of signs of stress: the physical, mental and emotional, and lastly the behavioral signs. So it might be useful if you reflect these signs whether or not you experiencing them. So let's begin. Physical signs: shallow breathing or hyperventilating. It usually triggered by acute stress or anxiety. Having panic attack. It occurs when you lose a job, you fail to your exam or interview, or your loved one dies. Blurred eyesight. When severely stressed, anxious, high levels of adrenaline in the body can cause pressure on the eye, resulting blurred vision. Having nightmares. People who has traumatic experience is more likely to have distressing nightmares. Headache. It occurs when you think many things. Let's proceed to the mental and emotional signs. Easily get angry or irritated, trouble sleeping, depression, anxiety, overburdened. I think those signs occurs when you are under lots of pressure, you can control your emotion, you lose your patience, or you worry too much about something. Let's proceed to the behavioral signs. This is something to do with your behavior, your actions, and most of them they can be observed by other people as well. Finding it hard to make decisions, constantly worrying, unable to concentrate, overeating, drinking alcohol, smoking. I think it occurs because you think too much. Many things are bothering and running to your mind to the point that you overthink already, or you focus your attention on other things like eating, drinking, smoking because for you, you think it can help you forget your problem, but it won't. You're just making it worse. Let's proceed to our next discussion, which is stressors. So, what is stressors? An activity, event, or other stimulus that causes stress. So it means that any situation and pressures that causes stress are known as stressors. Identifying your stressors. Learning how to recognize sources of stress in your life is the first step in managing them. So, reflect to these areas of your life in order to help you identify your stressors. First, is there anything about your body's physical state that makes you worry or causes you distress? Are there any issues arising between members of your family or household that could be adversely affecting you? Think of your personal, political, religious beliefs. Have your beliefs brought you into conflict with someone? Has something happened that made you question your beliefs? Are you currently experiencing financial problem or have you had a recent traumatic experience? So, you must think for a moment and recognize your stressors. After you figured out what your stressors are, you can take steps to reduce or avoid them. Or you can also adopt healthy lifestyle habits and strategies to manage the effects of stress. But if you can't handle your stress anymore, seek for a professional in mental health to develop your treatment. So that ends my discussion for stress and stressors. Thank you and God bless.